Okay, well, maybe we're not going to take a station break. All right, so we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving right here. And I saw some of the comments where an individual says that they always extend their hand for the sake of the children. And that is so important because we want the kids to feel love. We don't want them to feel, that they're not welcome. We don't want them to feel any type of way. We're trying to build relationships. The Bible says a wise woman builds her house, but a fool plucketh it down with her hands. So it's very important for us to build a relationship. We're trying to blend these families. We're trying to come together, and we're making the transition easy. At least we're trying to make the transition easy. You're gaining. You may be gaining children. They're gaining somebody else that loves them. And so that's what we have to look at. We have to look at that. But even in that, we want to touch on another thing where we talked about double standards. Double standards. And these are triggers. And so we we had a conversation. We were just kind of going back in our minds, because sometimes you don't realize what is there. I believe our first episode we came on with, what are you bringing
to the table?
What do you bring to this relationship? What have you brought? And some of us, we bring so many dead man bones. We bring so many things into relationships. We bring old relationships into relationships. We bring people from our past into relationships. We bring trauma and hurt and all these things. And so we began to talk about some stuff that actually, when we were dating and different things, that it came up to our minds. And one of the things that we realized is that a lot of times when we're in relationships, we have double standards. We have double standards because what the man thinks is okay for him, he doesn't think it's okay for the woman.
What's the examples of that? Let me hear that.
Our conversation stemmed from people in our past. And we were just talking about, before we got together, before we even dated, people in our past. Because we just happened to run into somebody that I used to kick it with. And so this was the thing. So he said, "Oh,